Hello and how are you? Hey friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shenador Briscoe, coming to you live right here in Central Missouri. Go to sleep. Today is Monday, November the 27th, 2023. Got happy birthday shout outs going out to Buffalo Bob Fancher and Jason Hartman and Adrienne Coleman. And so, without further ado, here's birthday shout out and song for the three of you. Hey, Adrienne. Hey, Jason. Hey, Buffalo Bob. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So, that's another year gone away. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday day today. Hey, Bob. Hey, Jason. Hey, Adrienne. I heard it's your birthday today. Uh, that's another year gone away. Uh, um, 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 that's another trip around the sun that you made. I hope you're enjoying your special day. Boy, that's all messed up. But hey, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to the three of you and many, many more. See, you got your turkey? You got your turkey? Anyway, hey, that being said, we got Shin Show fans. My mommy, a.k.a. Ann Williams Briscoe, Savann Murphy Beason, and sweet sunny day girl, a.k.a. Rachel. And my Pokey pal, a special return poke for you, Amanda Sue. Little, alrighty then. Here we go. Weather forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. 5 days, that is. Going, going, going. Bing, dum. 44. Don't forget your turkey. Alrighty, here we go. Mostly sunny skies today with high temperature around 44 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds for west to northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Mainly clear skies overnight with low temperatures around 19 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then for tomorrow, Tuesday, November the 28th, sunny skies along with a few afternoon clouds. High temperatures of 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be west at about 6 miles per hour. Clear skies overnight with low temperatures of 29 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, November the 29th, sunny skies with high temperatures around 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Few clouds from time to time overnight with low temperatures of 37 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be south to southwest at about 6 miles per hour. Thursday, November the 30th, showers early, becoming a steady light rain later in the day. High temperatures of 51 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south to southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. 70% chance of rain. Periods of rain overnight with low temperatures of 38 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And of course, that's going to be 100% chance of rain. So, folks, you just might get some. Friday, December the 1st, a steady rain early and then remaining cloudy with a few showers in the afternoon. High temperatures near 45 degrees Fahrenheit with winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain that day will be 90%. Overcast skies overnight, low temperatures of 33 degrees Fahrenheit, winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for our fifth and final day of our 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area, Saturday, December the 2nd. Overcast skies with high temperatures around 50 degrees Fahrenheit, winds east to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies early will give way to an occasional shower later during the night. Low temperatures near 40 degrees Fahrenheit and winds southeast at about 6 miles per hour. Chances rain 50%, and that, my friends, is your 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. All right, here we go. I think Don Williams done this one. Song lyrics: Lord, I hope this day is good. Song lyrics: Lord, I hope this day is good. Lord, I hope this day is good. I'm feeling empty and misunderstood. I should be thankful, Lord, I know I should. But Lord, I hope this day is good. Lord, have you forgotten me? I've been praying to you faithfully. I'm not saying I'm a righteous man, but Lord, I hope you understand. I don't need fortune and I don't need fame. Send down the thunder, Lord, send down the rain. But when you're planning just how it will be, plan a good day for me. Lord, I hope this day is good. I'm feeling empty and misunderstood. I should be thankful, Lord, I know I should. But Lord, I hope this day is good. You've been the king since the dawn of time. All that I'm asking is a little less crime. It might be hard for the devil to do, but it would be easy for you. Lord, I hope this day is good. I'm feeling empty and misunderstood. I should be thankful, Lord, I know I should. But Lord, I hope this day is good. There you go. All right, what's next? I know there's another one out there because, well, I've heard it before. Song lyrics, My Girl. I got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. I guess you'd say, oh, what? Okay, have a blessed day. You too. I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way is my girl, my girl, my girl. Talking about my girl. I've got so much honey, the bees envy me. I've got and sweeter soft than the birds in the trees. I guess you'd say, oh, what can make me feel this way is my girl, my girl, my girl, talking about my girl. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey, yeah, hey, hey, hey. Oh yeah, I don't need no money, fortune, or fame. I've got all the riches, baby, what man can claim. I guess you say, what can make me feel this way is my girl, my girl, my girl, talking about my girl, talking about my girl. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day with my girl. I've even got the month of May with my girl, talking about, talking about my girl. How about song lyrics? What a beautiful world. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you, and I think to myself, oh, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, oh, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know when I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah. Song lyrics, what a wonderful world this would be. Don't know much about history. Don't know much biography. Don't know much about the science book. Don't know much about the French I took. But I do know that I love you. And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be. Don't know much about geography. Don't know much trigonometry. Don't know much about algebra. Don't know what a slide ruler is for. But I do know that 1 and 1 is 2. And this one could be with you. What a wonderful world this would be. Now I don't claim to be any student, but I'm trying to be for maybe By being an A student, baby, I can win your love for me. Don't know much about history. Don't know much about geography. Don't know much about a science book. Don't know much about the French I took. But I do know that I love you. And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be. La 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 da 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 la da 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 history. Mm, 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 biology. Oh well, da 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 da. Science book. Mm, 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 mm. French I took, but I do know that I love you. And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be. Ah, mm. Ba, 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 ba. Mm. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, da, ba, da, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, da, ba, da, ba, ba. Ba, ba. Mm, ba, 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 ba. Ba, da, 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 da. All right. That's about enough of that. Let's just jump right on over to story time with TV Grandpa. Yeah, that's right. We're going to try to pick something first, though. Just slid right out of there, didn't it? Get back in. Come on, stay up in. Get up in there. Well, we'll figure it out later. All right. Where did we go? I want the other one. There should be two of these up here. What happened? Did I close myself out? There we are. Jeez. For a minute, I thought I lost myself, which I did, but I'm back. Okay, here we go. Story time. Hey kiddos, hey, it's TV Grandpa. So we're gonna have you jump up on the couch or jump up on the bed, wherever it is you rest your sleepy little head. TV Grandpa's gonna lull you off to sleep with a bedtime story. Let's do something for the little princess or the little prince, whichever seems to be having the best rest. We're going to try to find something The 12 Wild Ducks. I think that's what we'll be reading today. All about the 12 wild ducks. Maybe, if it loads. There's that stupid thing again. Can't seem to get rid of it. Don't know how to get it. It won't go away. Mm-hmm. One of them is too. The 12 Wild Ducks. Once upon a time, there was a queen who had 12 sons, but alas, no daughter to call her own. One day, when the queen was out driving in the woods, she came upon the priestess, little lass, and little lassie, and she ever did, the prettiest little lassie she had ever did seen. Now the queen stopped her horse, lifted the child up in her arms, and kissed her on both cheeks. All the while she thought to herself, I do so love my sons, but oh, how I wish I had a little girl of my own. Just then an old witch of the trolls came up to her, and she seemed every bit a good witch, gentle and kind. A daughter you shall have, she said, and she shall be the dearest and sweetest child in 12 kingdoms, if you will only give me whatever comes to meet you at the bridge when you return home. Now the queen had a little snow white dog, of which she was very fond. It always ran to greet her when she had been away. She thought it might be the dog the old dame wanted, since the old woman seemed gentle and kind. She would surely care well for the dog. So the queen said, Yes, you may have what comes to meet me on the bridge, if that is what will bring me a daughter. With that, she hurried home as fast as she could. But who should come to meet her on the bridge? Not her snow white dog, but all of her kids. Yes, that's right, her 12 sons. Now, before the mother could cry out to them to stop, the witch of the trolls, who turned out to be a wicked witch after all, threw a spell upon them all and turned them into ducks. Now the ducks flapped their wings, flew away, and away they stayed. The queen mourned her lost sons for a long time. She found comfort in nothing at all until at long last she had a daughter of her own. The little princess was the dearest and sweetest child one ever set eyes on. She grew up tall and fair, but she was often quite quiet, and her eyes were sad. No one could understand what it was that ailed her. The queen was as troubled as you may believe, for she had many strange fears when she thought about the loss of her 12 sons. One day she said to her daughter, "Why are you so sad, my daughter? Is there anything you want? If so, only say the word, and you shall have it." "Oh, it seems so dull and lonely here," said the daughter. "Everyone else has brothers and sisters, but all I am is alone. I have no one." "Sit down, my love," said the queen. "It's time you knew the truth. I had 12 sons before you, stout, brave lads they all were, but I lost them before you came." And she told her daughter the whole story. After the princess had learned how her brothers had been lost, she could not rest, nor sleep, nor eat, for she seized on the notion that it was all her fault. She decided she must go in search of her lost brothers, and at once she expressed to the queen that she felt she must find them and somehow free them of their terrible curse. While the queen wept and begged her not to go, for she thought of losing her last child, and it was almost too much for her to bear. Yet, in spite of all the queen could say or do, the lass felt she could not remain comfortably at home while her brothers still suffered under the enchantment, and all became of her, and all because of her. And so she ventured from the comfortable life in the palace. Now the princess walked and on, so far you would never have thought her small feet could have taken her, and she strength the strength to carry herself so far. For 3 years she traveled. Finally, one day, when she was walking through deep woods, she grew tired and fell asleep on a mossy turf. Now she dreamed that she was walking deeper and deeper into the woods, and then came to a little wooden hut, and within the hut she found her brothers. Just then she awoke. Straight before her she noticed a worn path in the green moss that she hadn't seen before. This path went deeper into the woods, and so she followed it, and astonished, she discovered at the end of the path a little hut, exactly like the one she had seen in her dream. Now, when she went inside the hut, there was not one and no one at home. But there were 12 beds and 12 chairs and 12 spoons. In short, a dozen of everything. And when she saw that, her heart leaped for joy. She could guess at once that it was her brothers who had lived there, and she began to build up the fire. Soon she heard something flapping and whirling in the air, and she slipped behind the door. 12 ducks appeared in the doorway of the little house, but as soon as they crossed the threshold, they became young men, each one dressed as a prince. "Oh, how nice and warm it is in here," said the young princes who would have been so kind as to build this fire. Yes, who, they all echoed, and they searched until they found the lass behind the door. She threw her arms around their necks, and she said, I am your little sister. I have traveled for 3 years seeking you. And so they rejoiced, sisters and her sister and brothers. Still, you are under this enchantment, said the younger sister. If only there was something I could do to set you free. All the brothers looked at one another. They sighed and sadly shook their heads. There is a way, but it's too hard, said the eldest prince. Oh, do tell me, please, said the princess. There is nothing else I'd rather do, whether it takes whatever it takes. She begged and pleaded until finally the eldest brother said, very well then, if you must know the way, then this is it. You must pick thistle down and then card it up and spin it and weave it into cloth. From the cloth you must make 12 shirts, one for each of us. But the entire time while you work on that, you must neither talk nor laugh nor weep. And if you can do this, we will be set free. Where will I ever get enough thistledown for so many shirts? Asked the sister. Well, that, hold on, we lost our place. Well, that is the hardest part of all, said the younger brother with a sigh. You must go to the witch's moor at midnight and gather it there. Big tears stood in her eyes. And you must go alone, all alone. Well, the sister said nothing and nodded her head. And when midnight came and the moon was high in the sky, she kissed her brothers goodbye, and she went to the great wide moor where the witch lived. A great crop of thistles stood there, all knotted in the breeze. And while the thistledown atop the plant floated and glistened through the moonbeams, the princess began to pluck the thistledown and gather it in her bag. Soon she became aware of a host of wicked faces staring at her through the thistles. What was even more frightening, long, skinny arms stretching out towards her. Her heart soon uh, stood still, and she grew icy cold. But never a sound did she utter. She just kept plucking and gathering faster and faster until her bag was full. And when she got home at break of day, she set to work carding and spinning yarn from the soft down to make her cloth. So She went on for a long, long time, picking thistledown on the witch's moor, trying not to notice the witch's faces and the long skinny arms, and then taking it back to the hut, cheering, uh, carding and spinning, and making wool cloth. All the while she was careful never to talk, nor to laugh, nor to weep. In the evening her brothers came home, flapping and whirring like wild ducks, yet becoming young men as they passed through the threshold. And in the morning, the moment her brothers stepped outside the house, off they flew again and became wild ducks for the whole day. Once, when the princess was picking thistledown at the moor, the young king, who ruled the land, was out hunting. He had become separated from his companions and had lost his way. Now, as he came riding across the moor, he saw her, and he stopped his horse and stared at her, wondering who the young lady could be, who walked alone on the moor, picking thistledown in the dead of the night. He asked for her name, getting no answer. He was still more astonished, but he was so charmed by her graceful movements and her dedication to the task at hand that at last nothing would do but to ask her to take her home to his castle. And so he motioned to her to the horse, and the princess wrung her hands and made signs to him and pointed to the bags in which her work was. And so the prince stayed with her while she worked, helping her as he could until all her bags were stuffed full. The princess saw that the king was a gentle and kind to her as a mother, and helpful too. By the time the sun was rising, the king motioned to the horse, signaling to ask if she'd like to come back to the castle with him. She agreed greatly, and he helped her onto the horse. The king took the bag full of thistledown and gently tied them securely behind the horse. And so she rode the horse with him beside her. As soon as they reached the palace, an old woman staggered forward to meet them. She was the king's guardian, and the moment she set eyes upon the charming young maiden, she was filled with jealousy and anger. Noticing that the maiden said nothing, the old woman usurped the king aside, and she whispered, "Can't you see that this thing whom you have brought home to marry is in fact a witch? Why, look at her. She can neither talk, nor laugh, nor weep." But the king did not care a straw whether the sweet young woman had intended to marry, spoke or not. He knew somehow that she was just the woman he had been looking for. And when she looked at him, her he was sure that she felt the same way, too, and that it wasn't long before a grand wedding was held, and the king married the princess, and they lived a great joy and glory. Now the princess did not forget to go on working on her shirts, and all this time she neither talked nor laughed nor wept. Though she was making very good progress, she found that she still had not enough cloth to finish all 12 shirts, and she needed to go back to the witch's boar one last time. That night, while all the palace slept, she quietly slipped out to pick her thistledown. Now the old woman, who was the king's guardian, saw her leave, and she knew well where the young queen was going. For I must tell you that she was the same wicked witch who had changed the 12 princes into wild ducks in the first place. The witch hurried to the king's chamber. She shook him awake and said, "Come with me. I'll prove to you that your new bride is a witch. She can't help but return to the witch's moor at midnight, where no doubt she'll join her wicked company." Well, the king would not listen to her at first, but when he saw that the queen's bed was empty, he got up and went with the old woman. Upon the edge of the moor they stopped. In the clear moonlight they could see the queen stooping among the horrid hags and trolls. The and the king turned away sadly and said not a word, for he loved his queen, and he loved her very much. The wicked old woman began to whisper and tell everyone at court about the queen's nightly visits to the witch's boar. And finally, the king's advisers clamored, "We will not have a queen who is a witch." And everyone knows the penalty for witchcraft. The people damned or demanded of you that she be burned alive. The king was beside himself. As king, he knew the laws of the land had to be upheld, but there was no need to his sadness and no end. For now he despaired that he could not save his queen. A pile of wood was gathered in the court square, and when the pile was all ablaze, and the men were about to put the queen on it, she made signs to them to take 12 boards and lay them around the pile. On these 12 boards she placed the shirts for her brothers, all complete except the one for the youngest, which still needed its left sleeve. She had not had time to finish it, and as soon as she set the shirts on the boards, the people heard a flapping and whirling in the air, and down swooped 12 wild ducks from over the forest. Each one snapped up his shirt into his bill and flew off with it. "See now," shrieked the old woman, "did I not tell you such goings on can only be the results of witchcraft? Make haste and burn her immediately before the pile burns low. Will you not?" "Well now," said the king, "we've plenty of wood, and so I believe I will wait a bit. It is true that their goings on are strange, but I have a mind to see what the end of this will be." As he spoke, up rode 12 young men, each one dressed as a prince and a handsome and a lad as you'd wish to see. But the youngest prince had a wild duck wing instead of his left arm. "What goes on here?" asked the eldest prince. "My queen is to be burned," said the king, "because she is a witch, or so the people say, and I can't save her." "Sister," said the young prince, turning to the queen, "speak now. You have freed us and saved us. Now you may speak to you, save yourself." And then the young queen spoke and told the whole story. The king and all the people listened with wonder and joy. Only the wicked old woman stood trembling with fear. And when the queen had finished her story, the king ordered that the fire be quenched at once, and he took his wife in his arms. He proclaimed that the old witch was banished from the land forever. The king brought his wife and her 12 older brothers home to the castle. A messenger was quickly dispatched to deliver the good news to the queen's faraway mother that her 12 sons were fully restored and that her daughter, too, was alive and well. Joy and gladness washed over her, and it washed over the whole kingdom, because the wicked witch was gone, and because the lovely queen had set free her 12 brothers. And that was TV Grandpa, and that's the end of the story. Now it looks like it's the daily bread portion of the program. Today, the bread portion of the program is going to be brought to you today by the Bible with Briscoe 2023. The Bible with Briscoe 2023 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2023 will be Ezekiel 30 through 32 and 1 Peter 4. So don't forget to tune into the Bible with Briscoe 2023 for your daily reading in the Bible. Serving for God's sake is today's devotion in the daily bread portion of the program, and today's scriptures and insights will be Numbers 3, 5 through 9. Numbers 3, 5 through 9. The Lord said to Moses, "Bring the tribes of the Levi and present them to Aaron the priest to assist him. They are to perform duties for him, for the whole community at the tent of meeting by doing the work of the tabernacle. They are to take care of all the furnishings of the tent of meeting, fulfilling the obligations of the Israelites by doing the work of the tabernacle. Give the Levites to Aaron and his sons. They are the Israelites who are to be given wholly to him." And that was serving for God's sake. The Levites were the servers for God. Alrighty, hey, that's it. That's all. That's the Shin Show in the nutshell. We're done. We got it packed up. We've got it done and over with. This here has been Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning into the Shin Show. And as always, God loves you and so do I. So come back and see us again tomorrow because, well, God willing, we'll be here. And we hope that you are too. Oh, well, goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So, goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye bye.